Hello everyone, I'm Aila Anissa Rahmat, and in this video, I will explain how to find measures of central tendency and the measures of variability using Microsoft Excel. Measures of central tendency help us understand the central or typical value of a dataset, such as the mean, median, and mode. Meanwhile, measures of variability show us how spread out the data is, including the range, quartile, variance, and the standard deviation. In this tutorial, I will guide you step by step, starting from entering the data and creating a table in an Excel worksheet, and then calculating each measure using Excel formulas. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is enter the data and create a table in the Excel worksheet. After that, copy all the data and paste it into another column, and the second column will help us organize the data. Next, sort the data from the smallest to the largest value to the disk. Select the data in the column, right-click with the mouse, then choose Sort and select Sort smallest to the largest. After the data has been sorted from the smallest to the largest, the next step is to find unique values of the data. So, copy the sorted data and paste it into another column in the worksheet. This column will be used to identify the unique values in the dataset. Next, remove the duplicate values to the disk, select the data in the column, then choose Remove Duplicates and confirm this selection. So, Excel will display only the unique data values without repetition. Next, we are going to fill the first table. For the number column, we don't have to type the numbers manually. We can do this by type 1 in the first cell, then move the cursor to the bottom right corner of the cell until the cursor changes into a small plus sign. Next, drag it down to the last row of the table. After that, click the autofill options icon that appears and select fill series. So, Excel will automatically fill the numbers in order, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, making it faster and easier to complete the column. Next, for the score column, we should fill it with the unique values that we have found before. Just cut the unique values from the column where we remove the duplicates, then paste them into the score column in the table. Then, we move into the frequency column. This column shows how many times each data appears in the original dataset. To do this in Excel, we can use the countif functions. In the first cell of the frequency column, type this formula. Type equals, countif, open bracket, select the data range from the first cell to the last cell, using colon, then type semicolon, select the score value, and close the bracket. For the next column, we're gonna calculate x.f. The dot here means multiplication, so we multiply the score by its frequency. In Excel, we don't use a dot for multiplication. Instead, we use an asterisk. Just type equals, select the score cell, then type asterisk and select the frequency cell. Next, before we fill in the x minus mean column, we need to calculate the mean first. But before we move to the second table, I think we need to calculate the total values on the first table first. In statistics, totals are usually represented by the sigma symbol or summation symbol. To do this in Excel, we first insert the sigma symbol in the row at the bottom of the table to represent the total. Then, we calculate the sum of each column from the first table, such as score, frequency, and the x.f column. For the formula, just type equals, sum, and click all the data that you want to calculate. For the rest of the column, you can just simply drag it to the right. After it finished, we can move to the second table. The mean is the average value of the data. In Excel, we can easily calculate it by typing the average function. So the formula is type equals average, open bracket, select the data range, then close bracket. Because we have already found the mean, so let's go back to the first table. Now we're gonna calculate x minus mean. So type equals, click the score minus the mean. But when using the mean in the formula, we should add the dollar symbol to the column letter and row number of the mean cell, because this makes the cell absolute, so the mean value stays the same when we drag the formula down. Next, we calculate x minus mean squared. To do this, we multiply the value of x minus mean by itself. So the formula is equals x minus mean cell asterisk x minus mean cell. Next, we will calculate f times x minus mean squared. Just type equals frequency cell asterisk x minus mean squared cell. We should decrease the decimal numbers. This means we remove some digits behind the comma, so the numbers look simpler and easier to read. Okay, because the first table is done, so let's move to the second table. Now we are going to find the measures of central tendency first, because we already calculated the mean. So now we will continue by finding the median and mode. The median is the middle value of the data after it is sorted from the smallest to the largest. To find the median in Excel, we can simply type equals median, open bracket, select the data range, and close the bracket. Last, for the measures of central tendency is mode. Mode is the value that appears most frequently in the dataset. You can simply type equals mode, open bracket, select the data, close bracket. Yeah, it's done. So we're gonna move to the measures of variability. First, we're gonna find the range. The range is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value in the dataset. In Excel, we can calculate by this formula. Next, we find the quartiles. Quartiles divide the data into 4 equal parts: quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and interquartile. Quartile 1, we can type equals quartile.inc, open bracket, select the data range, semicolon 1, close bracket. For the quartile 2 and 3, just change the value of the data. Next, we're gonna find interquartile, just quartile 3 minus quartile 1. Then we will find the variance. The variance shows how far the data value separates from the mean. To calculate it, we use this formula. As for the measures of variability is standard deviation. Standard deviation shows how much the data values typically differ from the mean. To calculate it, we can use this formula. So now we will draw a frequency polygon. First, select the score column and the frequency column, then go to the Insert tab in Excel and choose Insert Line Chart. After that, Excel will create a line graph that connects the points of the scores and their frequencies. This graph is called a frequency polygon. So, in this tutorial, we learned how to find the measures of central tendency, like mean, median, and mode to understand the typical value of our data, and the measures of variability like range, quartiles, variance, and standard deviation to see how spread out it is. We also learned how to draw a frequency polygon to visualize the data and make patterns easier to spot. Thank you for watching, and I hope this tutorial makes working with data easier. Bye!